Hello and welcome to another Caffeinated Entertainment Review. It's Art here with you. Day 4 of book review week involves It by Stephen King. This book, what made me want to read this book was twofold. Halloween being in October, and I started the book in October. It's 44 hours and 57 minutes long and Audible. It's a chunker. But also the movie coming out and the fact that I haven't read it in a very, very long time. I will say this. Going back and rereading it, I still immensely enjoyed it. I still immensely recommend it. It felt like The Goonies to me, in a way. The Goonies meets Close Encounters of the Third Kind, meets Creature of the Blue Lagoon, meets all your kind of scary monster in dark and unsuspecting place type movie slash film slash movie slash book. Movie and film are the same damn thing. But we follow the group of kids in Derry, Maine, in 1957 and 1985. They're chasing what they term as the titular character, It. It is later called Pennywise, which we now know it as Pennywise. That is not a spoiler. This book's over 20 years old. You cannot call that a spoiler. If you don't know that, then you had no intention of reading this book anyway. Okay. In 57, the group of kids stopped It from terrorizing the city of Derry. This creepy, backwardsy city in Maine that is just not your typical Maine-esque city. Or typical city in anywhere small town USA. 85, they get called back by It and by another force to stop it again, because every 27 years he comes back. That is the crux of the book. Now, I will say this. The book has pop culture references abound. The book has tense moments. The book is more scary, not jump scary, more scary as in what happens off stage. Like, Stephen King is a master of making your mind go where you don't want it to go by setting up the blocks and then not actually having it pay off on the page, but letting your mind wander where it will. I will say two things negatively about the reread in this case is it is at times very hard to keep what is going on straight, because they'll even switch perspective and time zones within one said chapter. So at times, if you're not listening or if you're not paying attention, reading very closely and keeping things in order, I almost think this book should come with a flowchart. In that way, that is one of the things that I think is wrong with the book. The other minor thing I think is wrong with the book is there are times when I think Stephen King uses too many words and could have used a little bit more editing. I'm not saying this book would have been very much shorter, but it could have been at least decently shorter in the short term. So I will say that it should definitely be read. I don't want to spoil anything, but Derry is as much a character in the novel. The town itself is as much a character in the novel as the characters themselves. Stephen King is a master of making several storylines weave together into one epic climax and conclusion. And it is no different. we follow, in the beginning of the book, we follow all of our main character group, which I'll now term affectionately the Goonies, in separately to get their backstory. They each have an equally traumatizing in their own right backstory. I'm not going to go into what it is. I'm just going to say that they have reasons for coming together and being their friends. I like to term them the land of misfit toys. They are the misfit toys because they don't fit into any other popular group at the time. This is in 57, because in 85, which is present day for the book, they are adults, but they still gravitate towards each other and remember those times. It didn't bother me at all to read the book at night, but if you've had trouble falling to sleep because you're thinking about a book, it is not the book you should be reading. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. I've completely recommended. I don't give it 5 for the 2 flaws that I mentioned before. But 4 out of 5 is a nice way to do it. This ends book 4, or day 4 of book review week with Stephen King's It. I'll be back tomorrow with day 5. You'll have to wait and see which book is up then. Don't forget that next Tuesday, the end, day 7, will be Artemis by Andy Weir, the release day that it comes out. Hope you're enjoying Book Review Week. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central and 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. So, without further ado, I say, leave the light on, happy reading, and I'll see you next time.